Welcome back to Learning English with Atena. In this lesson, we will continue our exploration of English articles. Previously, we covered indefinite articles and the correct use of the definite articles the in 4 rules. Today, we will look at the remaining 3 rules for using the correctly. And we will also learn when to omit articles altogether. Whether you're a beginner or more advanced in your English learning, these insights will be valuable. So get ready to improve your understanding of English articles and gain confidence in using them correctly. Rule number 5. Don't use an article, any article, in general statements. Let's have a look at some general statements and I'll show you just what I mean. Good friends always listen. Sloths are lazy animals. Fruit is sweet. So these are all general statements. I'm talking generally about the characteristics of good friends, sloths, and fruit. Did you notice that all of these nouns are either plural or they're uncountable? And we do this to talk generally about something. But we can still use an article to make general statements. We can say, a good friend always listens. Notice that friend is now no longer plural. But what I mean here is that every individual good friend listens. That's what any one good friend does. So this statement is still general. It's just 2 different ways of saying the same thing. On the other hand, if I change the sentence to the fruit is sweet, well, then I'm talking about some specific fruit. Maybe it's the fruit on the table, or the fruit in the bowl, or the fruit that I bought from the market. And fruit in this context refers to a plural uncountable noun. It refers to all of the fruit in the bowl. The apple, the banana, the strawberries, the pineapple, they are all sweet. So by adding the article, the meaning changes from being general to being specific. Fruit in general is sweet in summer. The fruit that we ate yesterday was very sweet. Rule number 6. Don't use an article with these proper nouns. Proper nouns are nouns that name a specific place, or person, or organization. In English, they are always written with a capital letter because they are very important. In general, we don't use articles with proper nouns. Oh, well, if only it was that simple. This one is probably the trickiest rule in this lesson, so I want you to focus. I want you to come back here. Focus on what I'm talking about. And because this section is so tricky, don't use them with names of people. I saw the Francis the other day. No. However, you can use the when you're talking about a group of people who have the same name like a family. Then we would use the and the plural form of that family name. I bumped into the Smiths the other day. So, when I say the Smiths, I mean more than one member of the Smith family. They were all together. We also use the to refer to a group of people from the same country. Like, the Japanese are punctual. The Italians are passionate. Don't use they with place names. India, Turkey, and Malaysia are all part of Asia. We don't say the India or the Asia. This is true for most countries and continents, but there are a few important exceptions. So, I recommend that you learn the rule, but then you learn the exceptions, because there are just a few. Firstly, countries that use kingdom, republic, or union in their name use the United Kingdom, the Republic of Congo, the European Union. Country names that are plural also use the Netherlands, the United States of America, and some countries that are made up of multiple islands like the Philippines or the West Indies. They all use the. Don't use an article with streets or parks or lake when you're specifically naming them. We're staying at Federation Square on Flinders Street. Albert Park is just a few minutes away. This rule can sometimes trip people up because when we reference a public place without using its name, we can use the. You know the park across the road? What a view! The lake looks stunning at sunset. But when we name that park or that lake, we don't use the article. Victoria Park is across the road. Lake Como looks lovely at sunset. Oh, last tip. We have just learned not to use the with country names, towns and cities, but there is a different rule for geographical nouns. Rule number 7 is use the definite article with these geographical nouns. With mountain ranges, like the Himalayas or the Alps, these names refer to a group of mountains, right? However, single mountains like Mount Everest or Mount Fuji are used without an article. A single mountain, no article. Group of mountain, use the. Let's take a look at some other examples of geographical nouns. Canals, rivers, seas, oceans, valleys, and deserts. These nouns are good ones to learn together in chunks because the rules are a little confusing. Here's one final mistake that I often hear some students making with the definite article. He hurt the foot yesterday. Do you sometimes make this mistake too? In English, we use possessive determiners. In this context, we use my, your, his, hers, ours, and theirs with body parts. He hurt his foot yesterday, not he hurt the foot. She washes her hands, often not she washes the hands. I bumped my head, not I bumped the head. Well done! You made it all the way through to the end of the lesson. I want you to pause the video. Tell me about your hometown down in the comments. Describe it with some geographical nouns. If you've got a question about this lesson or you just want to say hello, drop me a comment down below this video. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more valuable language lessons. Bye.